Look how beautiful that is, you know? It's from the early 1800s. It's just a beautiful thing. This is just so nice. This is New Hampshire. I just can't figure out why people are so fucking upset and mad all the time in New Hampshire here. This part, well, a lot of parts of New Hampshire. So angry on the road. You know, I drive a lot now through New Hampshire. And it's just the amount of like road rage type behaviors is unbelievable. And this is the beauty. Like sit down, relax, calm the fuck down, drive nice, you know, like, I don't know, are you on your way to like urgent care because you chopped your hand off or something? Like just fucking relax, calm down. Look at this. Boom, you know? Take in the nature. I just stopped here by the side of the road at this stone arch bridge, and it's amazing. It's from the early 1800s, and it's beautiful. There's nobody here because nobody wants to stop and look at a bridge. I do. So, I don't know, maybe I'm weird. It's a beautiful fall day. Yesterday I was in New Hampshire, and it was, you know, an amazing, beautiful day. You know where it's not a beautiful day? In parts of North Carolina and other parts where the hurricane hit. Apparently they didn't get much notice. You know why? Because the computer models didn't do what they're supposed to do. Which I don't know what they're supposed to do if we're going to rely on computers to figure out unpredictable behavior. It's kind of dumb. You know, we put all our eggs in that basket. The computer models, they have 2 computer models or 3 or whatever. One of them says this, one of them says that, and then humans decide whether or not, you know, what in between, you know, or maybe it's AI that does that now. So maybe we rely completely on this nonsense, you know. And as the weather gets more unpredictable, we get more stupider, and we don't know what the fuck we're doing. As I said before, we're a failed species, and it's, you know, just an example right there and then. We have no idea what we're doing at all. You know, I'm lucky. You know, I'm here on a beautiful, it's a little overcast, but I'll take it. I had a bad storm in April. Well, we had a bad storm here in Maine in April, and I documented that. And I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Everything that went wrong was fixable. You know, I had trees on the house, that's fixable. You know, even if there was damage, even if the trees breached the house, it would have been fixable. Not fixable over in the videos that I saw in North Carolina. We don't have a grasp on what's going on with the environment. There is a change, and people are like, oh, it's a hoax. Climate change is a hoax. Really? Just because you don't like the people who are telling you that? Well, I got to tell you, Bob, there seems to be something going on, and you could say it's a cycle. Okay, well, if it's a cycle, we still have to do something about it, right? You know, this is just natural, the earth. We didn't cause the pollution, right? Okay, then if we didn't cause pollution and pollution's not bad, then go to Love Canal and go to these other toxic sites. I'm sure the real estate is cheap, and build housing on there, okay? Oh, you don't want that? You don't think pollution causes damage? Okay. You don't think lead in the drinking water? I'm sure when they were deciding that lead was going to be taken out of the pipes and paint, that people protested, you know. It's not proven. Don't listen to the scientists. You know, lead is fine. The lead industry and the conservatives were like, oh, that's fine. There's no problems. Asbestos, same thing. The asbestos industry is probably like, the lobbyists were like, oh, there's nothing wrong with our product. Okay, if you don't believe in climate change, go live in Love Canal. If you don't think pollution could cause a problem in the environment, then, you know, fucking put your money where your mouth is. And that's cheap land over there, you know. Lobby to have it, like, you know, removed off the toxic, the government waste, whatever they call that, you know, for areas that they condemn because it's not livable. But you think it's livable. If you think the earth is like no problem, everything's fine. Or do you? Or you think it's a cycle. All right, well, if it's a cycle, then why aren't you doing something about that? Why aren't you preparing? Why aren't you, like, worried about it? You know, it seems to be that the there's a shift in like the core of the Earth, they say. I don't know. Like it's like reversing or the polarity or some shit. I don't know. That might be a cycle. I mean, I don't know if we could have control over that. But it seems the more things happen like this, the less sure we should be about our status as the superior species. It's like this funny, the same people who are like all about white supremacy and, are all about the superiority of the human race. And we have dominion over these animals because we made up a story about a guy in the sky who loves us, but he will kill us at the same time. Oh, that's tough love, I guess, huh? That's real tough love. The people who are affected by these climate things are really having a tough time. I saw the videos over there and I was shocked. It was just like, what the fuck? Like Chimney Rock and all those places in North Carolina. I've never been in North Carolina. I'm afraid of the South, and I know North Carolina is better than South Carolina in terms of like, I don't know, acceptance of the human condition, but like, fuck, That's one of the reasons why I think I get mad when people are moving up to Maine, because I moved up here as an economic refugee 20 years ago from Massachusetts because of the .com bubble. All these fucking .com people in the Harvard area making lots of money, and just got hit in the eye with a leaf. Oh, it's a fucking vicious weather out here. I shouldn't make jokes like that, but it's beautiful. I came to Maine to, afford a place to live. And now people are moving up here. It's kind of like a house as it gets flooded. Shut the fuck up. As it gets flooded, like people go to the top floors. Maine is the top floor, so they're going to continue to come here as things get fucked up down south. In a lot of ways, more than once. It's human situations down south with people like fucking banning books while they're fucking ankle deep in fucking mud and water. We're going to ban the books, really? What about this? And I don't mean to be Chicken Little here, but like the leaves are falling and the sky is falling too. Yeah. So it's they're moving up here to Maine, and I get mad. I'm like, yeah, because it fucks up my taxes went way the fuck up, And like I don't have, I used to have an apartment, and I would be gentrified. I got gentrified out of Massachusetts, because I rented an apartment. Now I was like, oh, well, that just makes my property values go up if more people come here. Well, guess what? Not necessarily, because then the taxes go up. So that's the way they force you out. That's what that happened to my father in Connecticut with our family childhood home. My childhood home, taxes just went through the roof, and then he couldn't afford it, and he had to fucking sell it on a short sale thing or whatever. So that's where, the problems of relocations, and it's always the wealthy that can do that, so all the poor people have to stay and try to like make a living or try to just exist, in areas, that's where all the chemical plants are, Louisiana, all in the poor areas, and like the rich people, they don't even want a fucking windmill. Like, it's gonna cause me cancer. Some dumb shit like that. Windmill. Okay. I'm sure the Dutch all have a high cancer rate over there with the windmills, the old-fashioned windmills. Oh, are those okay? The ones that look nice? Maybe they should make all the windmills look like the old Dutch ones and it'll feel more comfortable. I don't know. There's big ones in New Hampshire, and they don't seem to have any problems, I guess. I don't know. They look kind of cool, too. They should make them look like pinwheels, though, like the pinwheels that you had when you were a kid. But they're cool. They're cool. They probably produce power, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe not. I didn't check. But anyway, nature is telling us what I've come to the conclusion about is that we're a failed species, But there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay, is what I'm saying, is that when I see somebody doing something stupid on the road, people are getting so aggressive, on the roads, and I'm driving like 1,300 miles a week now for my job. they're so aggressive and so angry. And then I pull up to them, or I see them, and I don't say anything. I'm not like, fuck you, even though I want to. I'm noticing that there are people from all walks of life. It's like when I worked at a video store. I worked at an independent video store in the late 90s. And we had a back room with a curtain where we had the naughty movies. I used to be like, okay, well, here's my thought of like someone who went to the back room before I worked there. It was like someone maybe who looks a little bit like me, who's like, but now it was people from all walks of life. It was ladies in business suits and men, and can I say ladies? I don't know, ladies, women in business suits, and men and old people and all different, people from the community. That's what it is when I see people driving recklessly to endanger. I mean, it used to be like, you'd be like, oh my God, someone's driving like a maniac. Call the police. It's like everybody's driving like a fucking maniac. They're driving like they got their arms cut off and they're on their way to urgent care or quick care or whatever the fuck it is, hospital care or no care, nobody gives a shit care. But it's like one little mistake. I'm driving a box truck. One little dude, if I move this way, and they're gonna be dead. The motorcyclists, going in between there, you're gonna be dead. You're not gonna survive an accident of any kind. And yet, it's like are you watching? Is it video game? Are you pretending you're in a video game, or you think you're in a video game? Because this isn't a video game. This is real life here. See, this is a real leaf. This isn't an AI leaf. An AI leaf would have an extra thing on it or something. Extra fingers. Do I have extra fingers? How many fingers am I holding up? I don't even know anymore. I really don't. How many fingers am I holding up? I don't even know. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy life here in Maine outside today. But I'm just really concerned for things ramping up, with the missiles and the fucking aggressor nations, with the fucking body counts that are, I'm not even going to get into that. That's only part of the problem. But there's something about the feeling that you realize that you're part of a failed species that is comforting. And it's kind of like your last day on a job, where you're like, it's my last day on a crappy job, where you're like, maybe I don't want to leave. I don't know, this is great. This feeling that you have, it's like, is it resignation, or is it just like giving up? It's like when you're drowning and you're struggling, and then you give up and you die, which is terrible. I don't know if anyone's ever come back to talk about that, but it's like, it must be that feeling, where you're just like, Nature is the one thing that doesn't disappoint me, I wish I could say the same for people.